Chat, we are locked and loaded. We are locked and loaded. We had to make sure the stream had a little technical difficulty in the past, but now we back and here to get it. Thank y'all for tuning into the stream. What we plan on doing is having a lot of fun. It's called the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable, and we're supposed to be going through different steps to go through a parable.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, have you played this before?
Nope.
No. Hey, chat. What up? What up, chat? Hey, fam. Happy MLK Day. Power to the people, and to the people more power. Let me adjust this so this could be barely visible. Okay. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in across the world. Chat, where you from? Where you from?
Current time 8:46.
Current time is 8:46.
Happy MLK.
Yes, yes. Happy MLK. We're all the way in the day. Okay. Oh, that was a nice little round I did right there. All those things. All right. Was it 8:06?
8:46.
8:46. Well, chat, y'all active, man. Y'all active, chat. Thank you for tuning in and being a part of this. Did I put AM or PM? Let's just ignore what just happened.
Oh no, because I think it does influence the game, right?
I hope not.
Right. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But we do got a new camera now, y'all. Let me check the settings. We do have a new camera. So now y'all can be able to see us in our element. And be able to push through with us. Let's see. If you're tuning in, let us know. We just gonna be playing this the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable.
We didn't choose the name of the game.
We didn't choose the name of the game.
Even though we love the name.
We do love the name. We do love the name Stanley. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get started.
WCAM, thank you.
WCAM, yeah. Brand new, high definition. We locked in. We so locked in. We even got the popcorn ready.
Popcorn. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. That's good. They can't take our money. All right. Here we go. Begin the game. Oh, wait, no. We left the audio on. We got to turn off the music.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
A man named Stan.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every
Oh, Stanley.
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I know a Stanley that's happy.
And
Don't you know a Stanley that's happy?
Something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hey, if you're tuning in, thanks for tuning in. We got people all over the world watching. Hey, chat, where you from? We're playing the Stanley Parable. I repeat, we're playing the Stanley Parable. Let me turn down a little bit of the music now. We got how they do it around here. We can't even turn down the music. Did you see it?
I can turn it up. Oh.
I didn't even see the audio. Music. Oh man, that sounds like some good music though.
Maybe two?
Uh,
No?
Can't take no chances. All right, let's go. No music. No music. Let's see what Stanley got to do.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're
Walking.
starting.
You got to go to that meeting room. Is this the meeting room?
I would say in the door, get us like meeting.
Yeah, yeah. Let's keep walking. Come on, Stanley. Oh,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left.
okay. Is it his left or my left? All right, we're going to the left. Hey, if there's any Stanleys in the chat, feel free to let us know. Let us know any Stanleys in the chat.
Okay, that's it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with coworkers? Oh, I wasn't finished.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Atascocita, Texas. Hey, W's from Atascocita. That's nice. That's nice. And then I'm Stanley. Hey, Stanley.
This is your game.
This is your game, Stanley. We're glad that you are in here showing out, joining the live gameplay with our Stanley Parable. Excuse me, chat. Got to make sure the chat is up and running good. But yeah, Stanley, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, Stanley. Right now, we go into the
Stepping
boss's
into his
room.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course,
2845.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
The keypad.
What is that? The keypad? From the phone. 2845?
Yes.
Stanley just
Oh,
sat around
oh,
twiddling his
right here.
thumbs. Trying
Two.
to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845.
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Oh, I love it. I love when the chat gets a chance to know the chat. Random T Hall. Wait, Troy. Yeah, hey, shout out to the Stanleys in the chat, man. They getting involved here. I don't know where the Stanley in this show going, but they going somewhere.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, that actually looked kind of scary when it popped open. Escape?
Oh,
Gotta take note of that.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to
That's
find
right.
out?
That was I need a flashlight. Yeah, it's dark in there too.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building,
Oh,
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley,
ain't nobody
one
there
of them,
too.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Now, chat, that's scary. They got people watching people. I'll go over here.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Post Stanley.
that's real life.
Post Stanley.
No. He refused to believe it. He
Yeah.
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I like the power of this Stanley. Doing what he gotta do.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but
It's kind of
happiness.
hard to walk around here.
Perhaps his
You
goal
wanna
had
try
not
walking
been to
around?
understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go,
Oh,
what to
it's so dark.
do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
That's a good one. I mean, it's so black. Hey, that's right. It was off of MLK Day, doing it for the people.
Oh,
All right, here we go. We had to get more life
Stanley
for her.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new
Liberation.
before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
What do you say?
as long as Stanley is happy.
Beat the game.
We already won.
Hold up. How I beat the game?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't know if we started over or we just. I guess we beat the game, and they're gonna put. Hey, chat. What is the definition of a parable? Because it's the Stanley Parable. We gonna move forward when we find out what is the true definition of parable. Who's locked in this chat and know the definitions
Terrible.
of a parable? Who knows, chat? If you don't know, we're gonna try to find out. Okay, a simple story. Oh, looks like my game. Right, it looked like the game we started. I don't know what's going on. They said a parable is a simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson that's told by Jesus in the Gospels. Well, I guess this is the Stanley Parable, and there might be some different levels. Hmm? Oh, in this household, hot sauce. No sponsorship.
No sponsor.
All right, let's see what we can do.
Cover the link.
Thank you,
When
chat.
Stanley
Simple
came to a
story.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might
I already know where to go.
there.
I already know where to go, chat.
No,
I'll beat the game again.
No, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
He wants you to go in the closet. He has you to go in your boss's office.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate.
Chat, we trying to see what's going on.
But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh.
28. What was it?
Oh, chat. What was the code, chat? What was the code? We got distracted by the comment section.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
848.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons,
we back in the parable.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Here we go.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
That's right. I'm so parable. Hold up. What just happened?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Chat, what you said? How you running the game you can't control? He said how you running a game you can't control. I honestly don't know.
Now the monitors jumped to
Right. We're
life.
still learning.
Their
We're still
true
learning, but
nature
we're gonna get it
revealed.
right.
Each bore the
Let's see.
number of
Maybe it's
one
just a
employee in the
parable,
building.
and they're
Stanley's
gonna do something
co-workers.
else.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof.
Okay,
The heart of
we're
the
back at this
operation.
part again.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working.
Oh,
All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and
I hit one,
for all.
but I gotta find 3, 4. I think so.
Is that how we did the last time?
No, I just went through the doors last time. I hit 3. Now I gotta find number 4. 1, 2. Three. Chat, anybody seen 4? Anybody seen 4? Because I got 5.
4 in the room with us.
Right. It's 4 in the room with us. Maybe I gotta go down here. Nope, that didn't work. 1, 2, 3. Oh, up there.
You saw it?
I think it's in that. There we go. Oh, oh. It's so dark.
It's the other side. More to the left.
Chat, we can't see. Wait, is it this one? There goes that.
Can we see because of the lighting or what?
I don't know if we can actually get up there.
Maybe
we have to. Maybe I have to hit 5.
Maybe just go to the room that you were in last time.
Okay.
Back. Baby in the back.
That one?
Yeah, that's where we were.
So last time they said turn it off. But should I turn it on?
No. Turn it off again.
And when at last he found the source of the room's
But I turned it
power,
off last
he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's
Different
only
story,
so
chat.
much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's
I gotta
your
escape.
story now. Shape
You
it
know
to
what?
your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where
So we
to
entered through those
start.
doors.
Okay.
I think we have
What's
to do
that?
1, 2, 3, 4,
You'd like to
5.
know
What
where
I
your
saw earlier,
co-workers are.
I don't think that's
A moment of
me.
solace before you're obliterated.
because the
All right,
steps is
I'm in a
over.
good mood.
You
You're
have
gonna
a
die
timer, I
anyway.
think
I'll tell
that's
you
why it showed
exactly
you
what
the
happened to
escape.
them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times,
Yo,
I
this
let
guy
the
is
office
talking
sink
real
into the
fast.
ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though.
What if it
This
doesn't
version of
explode?
events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, there
Why
are
does it look like
34
it's about to
seconds
end
left.
super fast?
But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't
That
grow
didn't
on
work.
trees.
Go to that door.
It was
Dear
open.
me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or
Uh-huh.
did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this
What you
video game
say?
can be beaten?
You're doing
Won?
exactly what he's
Sold?
telling you not to
Do you
do.
have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
I don't know what to do.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
At the
You
computer.
wanted to control
No,
this
the other
world,
one.
that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom.
Should I go back to the other room?
No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately
This
to
is
your way of
yeah.
life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And
I don't know
believe
what to
me, I
do.
will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, interrupt.
What just happened? Guess we'll do it again.
Let me do it.
All right, go ahead.
All of his
Sophia taking
co-workers were
controls.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set
Go to
of
the right
two
door.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Hey Stanley, we appreciate you being a part of the story.
Yet there was not a
We'll
single
continue
person
to
here either.
make another Stanley
Feeling a
story.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
Thanks for
boss's
tuning
office,
in. Like,
hoping he
subscribe to
might
the
find an
page.
answer there.
You see?
Oh, they locked the room now, so we couldn't mess it up. Oh man,
Coming to a staircase,
go
Stanley
downstairs.
walked
My
upstairs to
love,
his
next
boss's
time
office.
you can do it.
You already blew me up. Yeah, we did blow you up a little bit.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really
Hey,
be
Chad,
all
you know
alone?
somebody that might be
This
interested
was
in the
too much
stream?
for Stanley to take.
Send the
Too much
stream.
for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad
Eight.
guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past,
4, 5,
it
8.
had been assigned
I
a
think.
4-digit code so devious and so random that
You
no
popcorn?
man could ever hope to guess it. 2845.
2,
Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever.
3, 4, 5. 4. Ah.
Stanley just sat around yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Here you go, my angel. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got going on.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Should we go
Mind
escape
Control
or should we keep going?
Facility.
Escape.
All right, Chad, we're going escaping, baby.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay, I don't know if we should go into this, but who cares, you know?
I mean, it feels like he keeps dying anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's risk it all. Okay.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
La 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 la.
Ignore all the
At this
red
point,
flags.
Stanley
Ignore
was
all the
making a
red
conscious,
flags.
concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I didn't die. I'm still alive.
So they're lying to us
They're lying to us.
the whole time?
They said I was gonna die.
What about building trust first?
The Stanley
And
Parable.
yet it would be just a few
Right.
minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Yeah, they didn't want us to escape. They wanted us to
When
stay
every
stuck.
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Means the moment that you commit to a company for many years, you're giving your soul. Is that what you got?
I don't even know what I got. I'm just in a white room.
Let's.
I like clicking the buttons.
It's only the sounds. Alright, keep going.
You can't jump. I got a trophy just now, guys. You can't jump. No, seriously. We disabled it.
Oh, so we cannot jump because we didn't follow the rules, but that's positive.
It's
Because it's a
positive to
trophy.
not follow the rules.
I don't know.
Chad, this game is interesting. My brain is starting to think. Should I go up?
Yeah.
Or this way? The other way?
You'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. They're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing.
Okay, those was all the narrators.
Yeah, it does feel like Squid Games
Yeah.
with the numbers and stuff.
Hit the red button. Oh, didn't hit it. Okay, maybe I need to hop in this.
And they're doing a museum out of the
game.
Uh-huh.
Why are they doing this to me? This is the
Oh, those
offices.
are the offices.
What in the sorcery is this?
Maybe it's a museum of what life used to be in the past,
Oh, good observation, right?
and now everything is.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
What happened?
I don't get it.
We're back again.
So
We just
either way
you're
gonna restart. Wait.
Maybe you just continue to play and just keep doing different
All
tasks.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, chat. We most likely will call it a night. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll call it a night. But if chat says go on the right door, I'll continue one more. If chat says go on that right door, if chat is really active and somebody likes likes the chat, subscribe, clip. Okay, don't do all that. All you gotta do is like the stream and say go through the right door, and we'll continue to go. That's what it is. That's what you gotta do, chat. If you want us to continue to go, you gotta say go through the right door. Ain't that right?
Yes.
Go through the right door. We're gonna give chat 30 seconds. 30 seconds, chat. Go through the right door.
30 seconds.
30 seconds, chat.
Go
We're
through
gonna
the
end
right
it.
door.
Go through. Hey, we got the. Hey, we gonna push through. Going through that right door. Let's go.
This was not the correct way to the
Oh, that's
meeting room.
Gabe.
Stanley knew
Gabe,
perfectly well.
welcome to the stream,
He actually
man.
wanted to stop by the employee
Welcome to the
lounge
stream.
just to admire it.
Playing the parable. This is Stanley's Parable we playing through. This is the first time we done did this one. Check out our past streams too. We did what was the other one? Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
Heavy Rain. That was a good story too. Appreciate you tuning in. That's what Gabe came through, saved the stream. Saying going through the right door. All right, here we go. All right.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Right.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, I almost lost my sense of direction. To the left we go. Boy, if I don't have to go that way though. I don't. Yeah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
What about the 5 years ago?
Is he trying to shame us?
I'm saying.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
The other lady that was talking, maybe? The other
This is
lady?
it, Stanley.
Could be the
Your
other man.
chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I ain't gotta wait for her to come in my life because I already got another woman in my life. Come on, let's go. We're living on the. I honestly don't know how to live on the edge. I don't know where to let it go.
Takes us.
Okay, let's see.
I think it... Oh?
Oh, should I go backwards?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh,
Pick up the phone.
pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I don't really even want to go inside.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
All right, chat. Shout out to Elite Sojo. She's gonna get out of here. Anything to say about this parable as we finish it up?
It was very fun, very intriguing. Can't wait to see where the story take us.
That's good. That's a good closeout right there. That's a good closeout. All right, chat. I'm still gonna finish it strong. I guess I'll go into this house.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Press circle on the controller.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Yeah, I know, chat. She said I'm tired. She said I'm tired, chat. We was like, we about to go strong, but then she was like, I'm tired. I need to go to sleep. So I'm going solo. Y'all pray for me.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
They telling me all what to do now. I went through one different door and I got a whole different lifestyle going on right now.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
They're not going to tell me what to do.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I'm back in my office. I'm not going to click nothing this time. He want me to click it. That's right. Yeah. Well, ain't nothing happening. Guess I got to click it.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Yeah, chat, that last one threw me for a curveball, chat. I don't even know what just happened. All I saw was this man was just chatting over and over again. And then next you know, he talking about me having to take myself out because of my same routine. The brain is getting a little cooked with all these parables. I can see why it's so strong. I can see why. But with that being said, we're gonna call it for the rest of this evening, and then we're gonna come back maybe tomorrow, maybe sometime later this week, and continue to do some more of these little these parables. I feel like we got a lot to go over. You know, I have yet to do only a few of them. So we'll just do. We just started a little bit, and we'll continue to go through. We appreciate you joining the stream. If you still here, go ahead, like the stream, subscribe, man. Get and join up to the stream. Uh, Elite Mojo, that's how we do. Elite Sojo, join us today. So we going strong. Appreciate y'all as always, and appreciate y'all being a part of this elite company. Joe out.